let's go ahead. Sorry, you all know her for her lovely snowball fights. Please welcome Elise Zhang!
Hey, chill out.
Introducing next. Protect your iPhones, your PCs, and of course, anything else electronic. Please welcome the world's greatest hacker, Ravassa!
Hack the planet. Yeah, baby.
Introducing next, making her California debut. She loves cats. She builds things. She also knows how to smash them too. Please welcome Matilda Smedius! And now, making his debut here at SacAnime, the legendary, the mighty, lead writer of Overwatch, Michael Chu!
I feel like there's one too many chairs here.
We'll all scoot in.
I know, we're like super tight.
How are you guys all doing today?
We're doing great.
Good.
It's good to hear. Everyone's been excited and waiting for all of you guys today. Right, guys?
Thank God. Thought they weren't awake.
It's been crazy. Overwatch has been doing so amazing with now the Legos coming out. There's the Nerf guns. And we had the Shooting Star cinematic that was just shown. It's just growing ever more, and I think I can speak on behalf of all the fans here that we appreciate all you guys do as voice actors who bring the characters to life, and those of you that work at Blizzard Entertainment to making the most epic games ever. With that being said, one of my questions to ask you guys is, how does it feel to be part of such a large project that has grown so far and wide?
Correct.
Ditto. Thank you.
Next question. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Walked right into that one.
Yes.
I mean, it's awesome. It can't be explained. I think it's overwhelming, but it's just the best thing in the whole wide world to be able to share this with all of you guys.
I think one of the great things is that, you know, it's obvious being in places like this and getting to talk and hang out with all of you how much you love Overwatch, and I think it's really the love of Overwatch and the community that is the really special part to me. It's definitely my favorite part of working on the game is getting to hang out and talk to all of you and talk about Overwatch.
Yeah.
You're all like one big happy family.
It's true. I mean,
sometimes
can you
very
tell
salty.
we are so tight right now? We didn't even use the whole table. I think a lot of us didn't, I mean, Michael knew, he was writing this thing, but we didn't, and you knew, because the game was out, but a lot of us didn't know what the heck this was when it was happening or when we were recording. I should have, but I didn't realize. So I think that it's just been an explosion of magic for most of us, and I think it's changed all of our lives, more than we ever imagined. I never thought I'd be traveling the world, getting to meet so many amazing, beautiful fans and hearing the stories of how Overwatch has impacted their lives and how they've changed and grown and met people all over the world. So I think it's way bigger than I ever thought a video game could be. And we get to play amazing characters written by Michael.
Yes.
We're very close up here, but I usually like to keep at least like 50 to a couple thousand miles between us. So, sorry. So the joke is that actually for the three of you, I rarely am actually in the studio when they're recording their characters, so I'm usually just a voice in the ether. So
Yes.
this is not a standard operating procedure.
But he texts us once in a while to say hello.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm totally not just keeping tabs on you or anything.
Exactly, right.
What are some of your most memorable moments of recording in the studio?
I remember we were recording the it's just a flesh wound line, and I've said that line so many times during my whole life, and I've never really thought of the words. So when we were recording it, I started saying the line, and I was like, "Is the B in womb pronounced?" And the only answer I heard was, "It's wound. Take 3." And I was like, "Oh no!" And I just wanted to disappear into the ground or something like that. And I was just okay. And then I was supposed to take the new lines, and I just couldn't stop laughing because it was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
You do laugh quite a bit during the sessions. Though.
Yeah.
It's good though. I think that's good for the character.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Brigitte mode.
And I don't know if you remember, but to that story about its wound, was that JB? That sounds like JB.
I mean,
Think?
yeah, I think so.
It was JB. Okay, JB is one of our directors, and he has a dry and sometimes cutting sense of
Yes.
humor.
Wait, so you thought it was womb?
I thought it was womb, yes.
As in womb.
Yes.
That
Okay.
has a really different meaning.
Yes, it really does.
Like that's Monty Python's very dark now.
I know, but the thing is, I've seen Monty Python so many times, and I've said that line during my whole life with my brother. We watched that movie over and over and over, so I never really thought of how you say it, because I mean I was so young when I saw it the first time. So
It's a funny story about knowing how to say. I feel like I'm piling on you, but I'm totally not. So I'm going to embarrass myself now.
Yes.
As a writer, a bunch of times I write words that I've only read before, and I haven't actually really thought I'm not actually sure I know how to pronounce that. And then the director or the actor will be like, "So how do you pronounce that word again?" I go just the normal way.
Like what words?
I'm trying to think of one now. What's a word
Hazard?
No, I know how to pronounce
Haphazard?
haphazard.
Haphazard?
There's also the accent thing where sometimes I have to ask, wait, is that how American would say it, or is that the way that everyone else would say it? So that one comes up a lot.
I think I tried saying translocating, because sometimes Hispanics put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. And so I did that, translocating, and they're like, no, let's do translocating. So we kept that. Yeah. But sometimes I'll try stuff like that just because I know in Spanish it could happen, or in a Spanish person speaking English. I think I had trouble doing the boop line. Not trouble, but I was like, sombra says boop, what? And so I was going, boop. Boop, boop. I'm like, Andrea, how long is the boop? What does this mean? Why am I doing it? And I kept doing this as if I was pressing a button, because I didn't know I had to do the physicality, to get it. And now I've booped 10,000 people in my life, so I think I've got it down.
Now you know.
I do. And also the death sounds. I don't know about you guys, but we have a guy who I don't know.
Scott Waller is our audio director.
He'll always do them for us, so we know what they sound like, and then we imitate them. And sometimes I'll be like, and I feel like I'm like Scooby-Doo, and then I'm laughing like crazy because I sound ridiculous, and I need to do it again.
He's really good at doing
He
that
is.
too.
He's really good at doing it, and you feel like he does it so well, and then you have to go after him. It's well, I know.
I remember one time, many years ago, we just needed to stub in some VO for World of Warcraft, and they had me they're like, oh, can you just be a human peasant? I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. They're like, actually, we just need you to.
Human peasant.
We just need you to take damage and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, sure. They're like, okay, you got hit. I'm like, They're like, a little louder, and they're like, okay, now you got hit really hard, And you're like, okay. Now really hard. I'm like, like, and there's like 7 levels of getting, and now you're
It really
exploding,
is.
and you're exploding up in the air. Now you're exploding, but you're crashing into a wall.
The worst is when you're falling down a cliff,
Yep.
you hit a rock on the way down, and then you die?
Yeah, that's,
Come on,
that's
people.
That's Reinhardt, right? Because he
God.
carries you, and then he smashes you into the wall, and then you die.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember the first time I know there will be a cinematic for May, and that time was when I first came to the U.S. I was in a Blizzard campus for the first session of the cinematic. So everything is new and everyone is new to me. I'm so excited. Oh, May has a cinematic. May has a cinematic. Oh, what? Oh.
Wait, why?
Because
Were you
the
nervous?
story is so sad.
Oh, got it.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, so I was so excited and then become, oh my God, I'm crying.
Oh.
Yeah, I really love the cinematic. But now I see the cinematic and I was thinking, oh, I could do better. I always think that.
Yes.
Do you do the same thing? I will always think, oh, I could do better than
I have some lines where I feel like my pronunciation is really Swedish, and I just kind of want to go in and just make it a bit better. I don't think.
That's what makes it you, though. I like that.
I know, but it's like when you hear it yourself, and you're like, I've always tried to have an American accent and sound convincing, but I think it's the everyone squared away, and I say like everyone squared away, and it's every time I hear that one, I'm just like cringing.
Well, you
because-
guys play, and I don't, so I don't listen to myself that often.
Oh, maybe you should. It's awkward.
Nope.
You played once.
I played
right?
once. It was pathetic. It's out there on the internet. If you want to see me make a fool of myself.
I have a story, but I feel like I might have told it, so people might have heard. Have you guys heard the story, my Wi-Fi story about recording? Oh, okay, I can tell the story.
Let's do it.
This is great. I love this story. So I'm very professional. So sometimes instead of recording VO in my office, because I actually sit in an office with I counted 17 people. So when I'm doing VO sessions, it's really annoying for the actors and the engineers and everyone when I talk, they hear it sounds like there's a cocktail party going behind me. And so sometimes what I do is
But I don't think they understand. So they record us in studio, but Michael patches in, so he's not there physically.
Yeah.
So he's in the office while we're recording somewhere else, and
Right.
maybe a director somewhere else. So we're all just literally connecting via internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually record from home because it's just quieter, and I'm told that the carpet and stuff is a nice acoustic.
Because you want to
thing.
stay in your pajamas, dude.
That's pretty
Yes.
much it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was recording Moira for Retribution, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, we got about 20 minutes left, couple lines to go, this will be good. And then I got knock on the door. I'm like, hey, can you guys hold on 1 second? I need to just answer the door. Go to the door. Hey, it's the exterminators here. I gotta go through the house and stuff. I'm like, can you wait 20 minutes? And he's like, no. Okay. So I go back upstairs. I put on my headset. I'm like, guys, I don't know what's going on. I think the connection's kind of bad, or I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but let me just restart my computer, okay? So yeah, sorry. Hold on for a second. So quit. At first I was like, oh, I'll just log off, and then I was like, oh wait, I have to not just disconnect. I have to actually turn off Skype because otherwise they'll know that I didn't actually restart.
Yeah.
So I do all that, and then I get in my car and I'm like, hey, well, what do I do now? Because I need Wi-Fi, and I can't drive to work. Work is 20 minutes away. So I know that one of my neighbors has a unprotected Wi-Fi network. So I get in my car and I drive down the block and I park in front of their house. And I have my laptop there, and I have studio headphones, so I put those on, and I've got my laptop downstairs, and I'm connect again. I'm like, oh, hey, you know what? It sounds way better now. I think we can start recording. And so we're doing the session, and I've got my headphones on, sitting in my car outside of someone's house, which is not my house. And I'm just waiting. Cars come by, and they kind of look, and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm totally friendly. Maybe I'm the Cox technician or something. And I was just waiting for the random like cop car, like patrol person to just go rap, like what's going on. So that's the story of how professional I am.
So Sombra lives
I was
in
dedicated.
Yes.
Yes.
That's dedication, guys. That's dedication.
I don't know if it is, but I don't know if you should be clapping for that.
Does Moira know that?
Yes, she said that story entertained her and the people she was shooting in, I forget where, but she said she got like a good like 3 or 4 weeks out of that story.
I love it. I love it.
That's like my favorite story at a panel so far. That's awesome. One of the questions that we had submitted from some of the students who are over at our local college wanted to ask, what are some of your vocal warm-ups that you will do before acting? If you have warm-ups, do you do some singers will do do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do you have a thing you do, a little method?
I feel so bad, but I don't do anything. I honestly.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
I just kind of cough a little, and then maybe I do like, and that's about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sirens. I do a lot of those to get it going. But Sombra's very low, so I don't have to warm up too much for her. I just sit where my voice sits. But for other stuff, I got to warm up a lot. Bepa, bepa boopa, bepa beepa bipa. Just weird vocal warm-ups. So
Yeah.
you learn them in acting class.
No, because of the time difference, my session is always on at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. It's kind of early
Yeah.
and kind of late for Michael. Yeah.
I know, we're really suffering at 6 p.m.
Yeah. So I need to really wake up. So I do just as same as Matilda do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like this.
It's awesome. This question's for you, Michael. What would you say is the creative process when you start designing, writing for a character?
So usually, I'd say the majority of the characters start with gameplay mechanics or with art. So usually I have something to work off of, generally, we're kind of thinking a character who has a really accurate gun and then has a what do you call it, auto aim ultimate. I'm like, okay, I could probably do something with that. So usually what I'll do is I'll look at the game mechanics and try and see if the game mechanics suggest a certain type of character. So the example I usually give is Reinhardt. Reinhardt has a big shield, he has a charge, that's where we started. So I'm like, oh, okay, well he likes to protect people, obviously. I was like, he's got this charge thing, so he's probably a little bit reckless. Especially after watching some of the early playtests with that ability, I was like, okay, there's clearly something here with this charging business. And so I'll work on that. And then at the same time, we'll be developing the art, or maybe there's already some art. And so we go back and forth and we just talk about hey, who could this character be? Where are they from? And then I think because at this point we have so many heroes in Overwatch, one of the important things is trying to figure out how to differentiate them all. So you have to kind of differentiate the characters on a bunch of different axes. So it's there's how serious to funny are they? If they're funny, and I mean most of the characters are kind of funny. If they're funny, what kind of funny are they? Are they Sombra, dry funny, or are they Junkrat, humongous, insane funny? There's do they have a high voice, low voice? Do they speak naturalistically, or do they speak in a more heightened sense? So naturalistic, I think Sombra, or I was gonna say Moira, that's not right. Sombra is more naturalistic. Farah is more heightened superhero talk. So there's any number of axes on this, young and old and everything. And so
How do you incorporate, when do you choose where they're from? Yeah.
it's usually, so it's either late usually, or it is random and early. For example, when we were doing Sombra, it started as this hero named Omniblade, who was a Japanese street fashion dagger throwing girl. Yes. So that was just random Japanese, right? And then when we were well, we want to go more hacker with her. When Arnold drew her, he was just I was kind of thinking maybe Mexican, and so that's an example where it's just I had an idea. Sometimes we're hey, it would be really cool to have a person from this place because, you know, oh, we've got a map, or there's something we want to do in the story, or there's something we haven't done yet. So it's pretty, there's no like set rules, and like you can kind of see how that happens, because it's like, if we were really being like very specific about like evenly distributing everyone, we wouldn't have like 2 Japanese ninja dudes, we wouldn't have like 2 Egyptian characters, you know, we'd kind of try and spread it around more, but it's just kind of like, it's a pretty natural process.
Cool.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and get to some of the questions from the fans, if you guys are ready for that.
We were born ready.
Make sure to say your name, too.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi.
Hi. So if you guys could design any skin for your character or any character, what would it be?
Lately, I've been feeling a 1920s flapper dress for Sombra.
Yes.
I feel like she could pull that off. She's got legs.
I gotta start writing these down.
Yes. I really want a cat-related one for Brigitte.
What?
A cat-related one?
Oh, cute.
Wait, why?
I don't know. It's just a feeling
That
I
seems
got.
so random.
Just a hunch. So I'm really like something maybe close to Diva's black cat skin or something like that.
Or she'll cosplay furry cats.
So something like that.
I like someone from an opera called Beijing Opera. Have you ever heard of that? They make a very thick paint on the face and heavy dress. Yeah, and they like this chung 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 chung. Bing. Yeah, like this.
Oh, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yes.
Kind of cool.
Can that be a voice line as well?
Yes.
No.
Done.
No.
Are you kidding? I would love
We
it.
could discuss it
perfect.
afterwards.
Yes.
Is there a specific character you would want like it to be themed, or just like a general May themed Beijing opera?
Wow, you're asking me the question. Oh my God.
Dun, dun, dun.
The more time I ask you,
Mu Guiying. Do you know that? That's a female hero.
what does the face look like? The
Face?
mask, do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Mu Guiying.
Tell us about her.
Damn it, I know nothing about her.
We will Google her and
Yes,
give you more information.
definitely.
I'll Google her for
Okay.
you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I can answer that.
Yeah.
I feel like I got asked this another time, and I feel I was trying to answer. I'm like, I think I can only get myself in trouble. So I will say that we basically made the skin that I most wanted, which was Cabana. So, or Cabana Anna. Sorry.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's badass. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Tristan. My question is, have any of you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
I've never tried it. I played other pen and paper role-playing games, but I've never tried D&D. Always wanted to, though. So I don't know. I think I will actually soon. I have a lot of friends that play it, so I'll probably try it soon.
Yeah, you also have a coworker, Matt Mercer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Matt play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah. What? Oh my gosh. This is like news to me. So.
I tried is the operative word, with my cousin when I was like 10, and I was really bad, and that was the end of that. I'm not good at those like, oh, so you got the sword, and what are you gonna do, and how are you gonna open the door? And I'm like, I don't know. So no, I like to climb trees and play outdoors. That's what I do.
So that's a game of imagination?
Yes,
Yeah.
imagination outdoors.
Oh.
It's a tabletop. You kind of like it's
Oh,
most.
sorry, no. I misspoke. I like playing outdoors. Dungeons and Dragons is not outdoors.
Oh.
No. Yes.
No, it's like a tabletop
Okay.
game, like a board game. I don't want to say board game, but it's like you use your imagination
Yeah.
a lot,
Oh, okay.
and
You have a
roll
character.
dice,
Yeah.
Oh.
and
You have
Never
stats.
It's really cool.
heard of that
you
before.
should try it. You should try
Never
it.
played that before. Okay, but I like to try it. Yeah.
But Matt Mercer is very good at that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
We will tell you more about
He's a
that later.
dungeon master.
Yes, he's a dungeon master.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I have played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Dungeons and Dragons, so yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No surprise, I'd play a bard.
Oh my God. Who knew?
Hello, my name's
Hi.
Andrew. I have
Hi.
a question for Matilda. Are you really a cat person in real life? Do you like cats?
Yes, I love cats. I can't even begin. Like, if you ask me about cats, I'm going to talk about cats for a long time. So I'm going to keep it short. I have 2 cats at home. I have one called Mira, and I have one called Beppe. Beppe is a really fluffy one that I upload a lot of videos on Instagram. I love cats. It's the best thing. Whenever I see a cat, I stop to pet it. So, yes, definitely a cat person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could name one of Brigitta's cats, what would you name it?
Oh my God! Can I
Everyone
name
just
them
sat up
all?
a little bit straighter.
Oh my God! I don't know. I mean,
I don't know is not the best name for a cat. I'm just going to throw it out there.
We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yes. Get a cat emote.
I was hoping you were saying make it emo, like an emo.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like,
Like,
what?
I love the idea that Brigitta has this like really emo cat.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Irene. I want to know what's your favorite Overwatch short that doesn't feature your character?
I really. Is the May one is cinematic also the shorts or?
Yes.
Yeah. I really like the May one. It's amazing, I think, and it's really. Oh my God! I honestly didn't think of it.
Impossible to resist.
I didn't think of it. I really didn't think of it. But it is amazing, and it's really touching as well. I really think it's so sad.
Oh, thank you. I love
It's
it
beautiful.
too. And beside that one, I love the Reinhardt one. Glorious. It's really touching. I was crying watching that.
Oh.
I like bastions.
Oh,
It's no words needed, and it just communicates everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job, Michael.
Yeah, the dialogue in Bastion is.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. It's.
Thank you, Irene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, what's the most serious character in your opinion?
Most serious character?
Because a lot of them are funny.
Yeah.
Zhang
Yeah, okay.
Deadly serious.
He's psycho,
actually, you know
maybe.
what? Roadhog's pretty serious, I think.
Yeah.
He's a pretty serious character.
I guess.
Reaper.
Ernest.
I don't know, like
Reaper.
all the characters have a little bit of.
Yeah.
76
76.
is pretty serious, yeah. I feel like I'm missing an obvious one.
Widowmaker.
Moira is. Symmetra's pretty
Oh,
serious.
yeah.
That's a good one,
Moira's
yeah.
really serious.
Okay, there's a lot of
Also-
serious
Yeah.
ones.
Doomfist is serious, yeah. I don't
Reaper.
know, but they all like to crack jokes, so Reaper.
Yeah.
Reaper.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
No, come on, Reaper. He's not serious.
He's telling you to die. I think that's very serious.
Pretty serious.
Hi.
edgy.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I should.
Hi there.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you ever play Overwatch, do you ever play as your own character? And what is that like?
The most stressful thing on earth. I'm going to use the word, I sucked at Sombra.
Yeah. I mean, I do play Overwatch. I mostly play Moira, but
She's legit, guys. Yes.
I mean, I played the game before I was in it, so I have tried Brigitte since she came out. I'm not that good at playing her, and I get really distracted by all the voice lines and like it's so weird to hear yourself. So, I mean, I don't play her a lot. It's weird.
You just reminded me of something because you played the game beforehand. I think wasn't your audition where you were like, "Hey, I have a question. Am I auditioning for Brigitte?" Like I think you asked, right?
No, I know.
I thought you did.
No, but we were talking at the end of the audition, and I think that's when I actually understood that this was Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
And you were like, "Oh, how do you think it go?" And I was like, "Oh, it went good. I'm a Blizzard fan, so." And you were like, "Oh, what games do you play?" I was like, "Mostly Overwatch." And you're like,
That's
"Oh."
crazy.
That game.
And you were like, "Oh, okay, so you understood the lines." I was like, "I did." Yes.
Wait, but was this at the original audition or like a callback situation? Like, how come you were on the phone, Michael?
It was a callback.
They
was
wouldn't fly me to Sweden for
the
it.
third one, I think.
Oh, got it. Okay. So it wasn't an initial MP3 or something.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I play her sometimes. Sorry.
Awesome.
I played Overwatch in China sometimes as Mei, but I suck too. Yeah, I suck. Remember I and Michael, we played Overwatch in Honolulu for charity once, and I played Mei at first.
Yeah, you
and
were great.
Did you raise any money?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, we definitely did. We definitely did.
I would raise none if I had to play Sombra. Ugh.
I played Mei and we lose, and then I changed back to Lucio, and we
yeah.
win.
Oh, nice!
All right.
Confirmed Lucio main.
Absolutely.
No.
Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, rocking some Zarya hair.
Good thing you caught on. First of all, I just wanted to say hi. And one of my first mains was actually Sombra, just because she was Latina. So, you know.
Represent.
See you tomorrow for sure. Maybe you boot me and make it at 10,001.
You got it, baby.
Yay. Okay. I saw you back Sac Winter.
Wow.
Glad to see you again.
Me too.
I changed my hair. So my question is, what do you enjoy the most about voice acting?
I think what I like about, well, voice acting in general is that we get to sound like characters that don't look like us. So we can do kid voices or chair voices, or Anjali says that all the time. I get to play a chair. I'm like, okay, weird. But yeah, chair. And so I'm like, but true. Like for cartoons, we get to voice all sorts of things. Fuzzy, animals, you know, old lady, whatever. So that's cool. We get to really use our imagination. But what I love about playing Sombra is I get to say lines that I would never say to a normal human being because she's so sarcastic and dry. And I really enjoy that. So thank you, Michael, for writing those lines.
I needed an outlet.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it because you can be whoever you want in all the cartoons. I mean, I was in Powerpuff Girls, and I was Buttercup in Chinese version.
So
sorry.
cool.
Yeah. I was Buttercup like this all day, and I was in We Bear Bears. I'm Chloe, the little girl, and Baby Grizz, the little bear, who is cute. And in some of other cartoons, I was a wicked witch. Yeah, sometimes. And sometimes I can be myself as Mei in Overwatch. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna say the same thing now, but it's really like, for me, the best thing I know is when you only do like small parts, like in a series, and you get to go from like being a baby to being an old lady, and like during like just an hour, you get to play like 20 different characters, and just like you know, you kind of use all the parts like
That's
of
how a
your
baby
voice.
sounds?
No, that was just the different characters. So I mean, just getting to let loose in a studio and be the crazy person that you really are. That's the best thing, I think.
And then, since it doesn't really apply to you, is there anything on the internet? Anything on the internet that influenced your writing at all for Overwatch?
Oh man, well, I mean, Overwatch is inspired by so many different things, and since everything's on the internet, I think it's safe to say yes. Do you mean
like fan stuff, like?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things. So to be totally honest, like, the things that it has inspired are some of the like, I don't know how we describe this, softer canon stuff, like the Gremlin Diva stuff. Like, you know, we sort of like, oh yeah, she's like a gamer and like that stuff. But as far as like the bigger like character decisions and everything, like, mostly no. I feel like it's just hard. Like I have to kind of go in the direction that where everyone's sort of, like, you know, the people we work with on the teams and stuff, we have a direction that we feel like things should go, and we kind of have to just go with it. So, yeah. I think, actually, so one thing that I do think the fandom influences on is that we know what people are interested in. Like, we pose a lot of questions, and there's a lot of unanswered things in Overwatch, and so sometimes we look at the things that people are most interested in, and then we're like, hey, is there a way that we can fill in that gap, or maybe there's a cool story that has something to do with that?
But you also know your pop culture, and you quote a lot of really cool movies
Oh, yeah.
through our lines.
Yeah, I mean, like back to what I started with is like every time we do a new character, it's sort of like figuring out, hey, like, is there any fun stuff we can nod to, or like, where do I take inspiration from the like relationships for this character or the character's personality? Like, Sombra, I think there's a big like Jessica Jones influence because I was really enjoying the show. So I think you can see kind of where some of those things come into. So yeah, I'm constantly inspired by everything. Like that's one of the great things about Overwatch is because Overwatch is a very global game and there's all these different cultural things. Usually when I start like a new character in a different culture, I'll try and do like a bunch of research, like not just on like history and mythology, but I also try and like intake some like popular culture, so that, you know, it's not just all like seen through this like one lens. So yeah, lots of inspirations, and I think basically you just try and like mix as much stuff together so that it doesn't feel like it's just directly derivative of something. My favorite example is the Genji and Hanzo are based off of the Jiro documentary. So yeah.
All right. Well,
I Dream of Sushi, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Krista.
Hi.
And my question is for you guys, what made you want to be an Overwatch character?
Well, we don't say, hi, I want to be in Overwatch, please cast me. We audition for, well, I don't know about you guys, but I auditioned for, I've auditioned for hundreds of different projects in my 10 years of trying to professionally pursue acting. So I've auditioned for probably other Blizzard projects I didn't know I was auditioning for, tons of voiceover, tons of commercial, tons of everything. And this was one of the awesome jobs that we actually booked. So it's not like we get to say, I think I'll audition for this one and not for this one. You know what I mean? And so then we booked it and then we're like, oh my God, we are so lucky. We got to work on this beautiful, beautiful project. So, but I mean, had I had the choice, I still would have said, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a choice for me. I didn't even know, like, about the whole world with the voice actors behind the characters that I've played. Like, I just played the game and I thought it was fun, and then I happened to be a voice actor, and I just happened to stumble upon I was casted. So, I mean, I had no idea until the third voice test, which I don't think I should have known, but I played the game, so I realized because of the lines. But I mean, it's not a choice really, but if, as I said, like if we had the choice, because it's amazing, it's the best experience ever.
I auditioned for a lot of Blizzard games. I mean, Hearts of Stone, WoW, the Heroes of Storm. Yeah, I've done all of those games. And for Overwatch, I auditioned for Symmetra first. Symmetra, Mercy, and Zarya, every character.
In Chinese.
Yeah, in
Okay.
Chinese, yeah. I got Symmetra, and then they told me there's another character who is Chinese. Yeah, that's like month after that. I was told there was a character who is from China. They want some Chinese accent and who can speak English and Chinese, and they told me, oh, you have a master. No, what's the
PhD, master's?
you have a master's degree. You might know how to speak English, so come for the audition. Yeah, so I auditioned for May, and I got the part. It was like I'm the luckiest girl in the world.
And did you guys know she dubs Symmetra?
Yes, in Chinese.
Yeah, in Chinese.
Isn't that cool?
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I do May and Symmetra in Chinese version, not just Symmetra.
So cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Will you do the Symmetra ult?
Yes.
यही बदम वास्तविकता है.
Yeah!
Amazing.
And that's the fun part of being a voice actor too.
Hi.
Hi there. I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you.
My question is for all of you. Are you aware of any of the stigmas surrounding your characters in game? Like with Brigitte right now being a very strong choice, people just hate playing against her, and kind of the same for May a lot of times too. They're just known as these very frustrating players to play against. So do you ever use that for Michael? Is that ever incorporated in writing or in the characters?
I mean, I gave I think Genji says you need healing now,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I'm certainly aware of some of the characters' reputations, but
I mean, I'm aware because people keep telling me about it.
Yeah.
So
can you just fix it?
it's not really something that I can affect or anything that, like, I mean, I can't do anything about it, but I am aware of it. So.
At first, I don't think there's an evil part of May.
You're so evil.
No, I'm not.
You freeze people.
Yeah. And then it comes the voice line like, I put a rock in this one. Why? Why?
Yeah, that reminds me. One of my favorite things is in May's Snowball Offensive that she has all the like iconic kill lines for every other hero. I think that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I love
There's
those.
like simple geometry.
I love those. Yeah.
Maybe she's a little mean. No, she's not.
No.
You're all bad people for thinking May's bad. All of you.
Yeah, okay. Don't trust her. And don't trust Elise either. She'll teach you Chinese, but you don't know what you're saying. I still don't. We did a video together recently, and I still don't know what I said. I could be like cursing at you, and I don't know.
I did nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. She's so sweet, right? Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. My name is Matthew, and I have a question for Michael. So Michael, my question for you is, when creating these shorts, or at least creating the story or the premise of the shorts, is it really creative, or is it really hard to create from this short to connect kind of story all together?
So you're asking like how do we like
do it exactly?
Like how do we decide which ones to do, or like just the whole process?
I would say the whole process.
Whole process. So I'd say the main thing that we look for is we look for stories that we think will be really interesting. Right. So we're looking for something that has like an emotional component. I think we're also looking for something that will show you something that maybe you didn't know before. So that's not necessarily to say that it's like, oh, this is like a brand new story, but it's like maybe it can help you think about a character in a different way. The other thing that we think about a lot is so for the shorts in particular, what stories lend themselves well to being an animated short. So in general, that's something with like a lot of like action. You want to like be visually spectacular, because otherwise it could be a comic or it could be some other format. So usually we do that. And so we have basically like a library of different ideas that are always rattling around. So every time we decide to do one, we sort of go back into there and say, okay, which one would be the best to put out now or in the future, and like which stories are we most excited about? Which one do we have a really strong vision for? So that's pretty much how it goes.
All right. Thank you.
If there was a reason or incident that would cause you to step down as voice actor for your character, who would you pick as your successor outside of the original cast?
What did I say last year? I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
You decided to have, I believe it was Zenyatta's voice actor.
Ooh.
Oh, but you said outside of the cast.
Yeah.
Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I mean, I have a lot of Swedish voice actors that I know that I think would fit Brigitte perfectly. So, but I mean, I can't really name them because you wouldn't know who they are. But I have a lot of names that I can think of.
Oh.
Oh wait.
Should I answer that again?
Yeah. For our sake.
Oh, those Chinese actors, I don't think you know it. The same problem
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
All right. Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'd be replaced with the bunch of monkeys with typewriters.
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
They get there eventually, I think. Probably faster than you'd need to get there for Hamlet, but.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and first of all, I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of all you voice actors, especially you, Carolina. I love you a lot. Hope I get to speak with you later. And my question is specifically for you, Michael. I just wanted to first off say that I appreciate your writing. You've done a great job. You put a lot into researching the characters and putting some depth behind them. Mm-hmm. And I also appreciate the commitment to diversity that Overwatch has. And I was just wondering, given that commitment to diversity, would it be possible to see a black woman in Overwatch in the future? Because I know a lot of people have been asking for it, and I'd really love to see a black woman in Overwatch. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
And remember Orisa. Well, the voice actress
Yeah.
is black, and she's badass.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, one of the things about, I sort of talked about this a little bit before, but actually, I didn't talk about this before. We only make so many heroes at a time, and kind of what dictates which hero comes out can be based on a lot of things. It can be a gameplay thing. It can be oh, what role do we need? And so, because of that, because we've been developing the story so much, we have a lot of different hero concepts. And when we make a new hero, we sort of go into our library of what we have, and then, so sometimes we don't. This sounds like a cop-out, we don't have control over which hero, but it's we have this hero that we know we want to make, and it's well, we can't. It just doesn't work into the schedule right now. So definitely yes, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Felicia, and funny enough, my Twitter is also named Dr. Boop.
Love it.
And my nickname is Boop Queen Wit Friends. But my question for you guys was, how does it feel to be part of a game that has gotten so big and so inspirational?
It's terrible. I wake up every morning and I just think, God, what?
Awful.
I just went downhill since I voiced Sombra.
Yeah, wake up every day and you're like, again? It's still going on?
More people asking for boobs.
Everybody thinks I'm an evil girl. Why am I not? Nobody trusts me now.
No, but all jokes aside, it's amazing, and I feel like for me, it's really special to go from playing the game and being a part of the community on the other side, and then going into it as a voice actor and being on that side. I just feel embraced by the Overwatch community, and the Overwatch community is just the best. So, I honestly wake up every day and I'm like, is this real? Is this happening? This is amazing, Amazing. I can't stop saying amazing.
It happens to me too, don't worry.
It's just a dream come true, honestly.
I think one of the best things about working on Overwatch, and we've sort of talked about this in some of the other questions, but I think the opportunity to really pursue the diversity of the Overwatch universe has been the thing that has been really special for me, because I think it's something that the team feels very strongly about, and I think that it's just been really awesome to be able to put that out there in something that we've created, and to see that people have also embraced it. So yeah, I love that.
I feel like on the Hispanic front, I spent a lot of time auditioning for roles that I didn't respect, maybe, or they were stereotypes that I had just been auditioning for way too long, and I got tired of that. And I really loved that they wanted to embrace Sombra with an accent, but it's not just because she happened to move from Mexico and she's an immigrant, She's badass and smart and cunning and funny, and I love meeting Latinos that feel that she represents us properly, And I thank you guys for that, Michael, because I hear it all the time. I get letters, long letters explaining how Sombra has affected them, or they sit and play together and their parents watch because, oh my gosh, finally somebody sounds like us and speaks our language, and it's not just an illegal immigrant doing bad stuff. So it's changed my life in that sense, because I get to really interact with a community that feels so well represented, and then I also have new brothers and sisters. We are an Overwatch family.
Yeah.
I have connected with the voice actors in a beautiful way, and now they're my good friends that give me advice, and I it's been a great thing.
And I really love it because not because Overwatch is so famous, it's a big game, but Overwatch is such a meaningful game. It's not all about killings and blood and things like that. So I'm really proud that I'm one part of Overwatch.
Yeah, that's the word. It's pride.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last question.
Me too.
Hi, I'm Jalissa. So, I guess my question is pretty much for the cast. For your cinematics, what were your favorite lines to practice, or what was the line or specific words that really stuck to you when you were doing your cinematics? When you're obviously your own cinematics.
Relájate, I'm not going to kill you. I think that one describes Sombra in one sentence. She's like, yo, chill. I'm not gonna kill you, I'm just gonna threaten you. And I love that I screw with Reaper and he's gotta go, the door, Sombra! That's so Sombra, you know? So I love all the interactions that happen in the short because of that. It was a really fun one to work on.
I love that one is what? Come on, Snowball. We're not on ice yet. Yeah, she won't give up in such a bad situation, and that's why she make it. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can talk about is the origin story when Brigitte came out, and for me, just it was. I think it was the first thing that we recorded. And just the intense work behind it and getting to know Brigitte and getting to know her relationship to her father and her relationship to Reinhardt and all that, just immersing myself into this character. I think that was just the best part. Sorry, what was the question? I'm lost.
What's your favorite voice line?
Oh, my favorite line is...
Yeah.
I like it when... oh, wait, I have to think about it. When she's referring to Reinhardt, she's adding, oh gosh, I can't think of it. Protect them from, keep the bulls from falling, and then maybe even protect them from themselves. I like that one really much because it says a lot.
I always like that Brigitte has these she's like, oh, I love the stories, and she's like, oh, she loves Reinhardt stories, but she totally isn't oh man, that guy with the armor was the best. She's like, no, the blacksmith who made the armor was the real hero, and then I gotta get in there and do stuff. He's like, oh yeah, really, I just have to make sure he doesn't screw himself up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for all your great questions today. Once again, I think I can speak on behalf of everyone here as well as throughout the community that the work that you guys do for the characters, and of course to all the amazing talent at Blizzard Entertainment, you guys always making the most epic adventures ever, and we truly appreciate everything you guys do, and thank you for being real heroes to many people out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.